Okay, now we will start the class. So today in today's class, we will try to create a form. Okay, so that is HTML. In HTML, we will try to create a form. So this is Notepad open. So open a new. This is the new page in Notepad. So first of all, here to create a form HTML, first we need to declare this as document type. Okay, doc type, that is what exclamation mark, doc type, then HTML. So normally doc type will be capital letters, no issue, it is not case sensitive. HTML, let us see what happened. This is the declaration for HTML document page. Then after root element HTML, with the root element HTML started with HTML start tag. Okay, next end with HTML end tag. Okay, here body element started with start tag. Now here body element closed with end tag. So in between, what I told you, that in between body start tag end tag, whatever the content we will write, whatever the code we will write, that will be read by the browser, maybe Firefox, it may be Mozilla, Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome. So it will read that code and result will be displayed in a web page. So to create a web form, first of all we need to write in the previous class I told you that how to write the code in web editor. We have practiced online web editor, that is w3schools.com. So what is, I told you that what is the use of online web editor, we can write the code on instantly there, and we can check back there. So once I have taught the class, now um, I am practicing in you, that is Notepad. So we are practicing in Notepad. So here, first of all, you need to write the label. So label will be started with the start tag. Label started with the, before that we need to write form. That is very important. The form element that is to be started. Okay. Under the form element, we need to form element to be started. Then label. Label for what? Uh, Label name. We need to say that is what label for. Okay, for is an attribute. Label is an element started with start tag. For is an attribute, it is to be assigned with a value, double quotation marks. Okay, suppose f name. Okay, it is to be closed with double quotation marks. Okay, next, now the name to be displayed on the web page, applicants name. Okay, this name will be displayed on the label. Okay, now label closed. Label closed with end tag. Label closed with end tag. This is the next br element for for next line. Okay, next input type. that is equal to, it is, I told you that input is an element started with start tag, type is equal to attribute is equal to, so it is which type of input label that will take the input as text. Okay, we need to say text. Okay, next id. Id is an attribute is equal to, that id is equal to f name. Okay, this id. Okay, it is to be closed with double quotation marks. Next, name. Name is also an attribute is equal to, that is f name. Okay, now we need to mention the value. So value is equal to, value is an attribute, value is equal to whatever the value we type, that will be displayed here. Now it is to be closed. Now let us see. Now here, now your form to be closed, form to be closed with end tag. Form started with start tag, ended with end tag. Label. First of all, we will try to create one label and then check that if label created, application first label created, then we will try to create more labels. Okay, so label started with, this is the label element. Okay, label element started with label tag, start tag, for attribute assigned with a value f name. This value to be kept in, mentioned in double quotation marks. Now it is closed. Start tag, from here to here start tag. So this is the content, whatever the content text we want to see. Okay, okay, now let us see. Label closed. This is for empty element, otherwise next line break. Input, input is type. Type means which type of input we want to, we want to feed inside of that label. Text type. Okay, next id, f name. Next name is equal to, name is equal to f name, value. Okay, now it is closed. Next, let us see here. So next, submit button. We need to use input, input submit type. Input, again we want to use input, input what, input element, attribute type is equal to submit, so that we need to get a submit button, so that, so value is equal to submit. So this submit will appear over the button. Okay, Now close this input element. Understood that? So now what happened? Form is created. So now save this file, save as in your, I told you that you need to create one folder, that is what my web. I told you that every code that is to be stored in your my web. Every content, it may be picture, it may be video, everywhere you need to store within your, you need to store in your, is the my web, but it is not. So open this my web, save with a name, form, form1, save as html, save as html, hypertext markup language file. Here, this is your my web folder. So whatever the code I'm writing in Notepad, that is being saved with the different names, all that, everything that is to be stored here. So open that folder, open that open that folder, open that folder, go into your document, go for your my web, open that form1. So if your file successfully created, that is what your form, web form, okay, application form, so that we can understand that we are writing the code. So this is what we have written the code. Well, this is submit button. So we will write some more code. Okay, it is successfully written. So you copy this code. Simply you copy this code and you paste. Now you create some more labels. F name, L name, applicant's name, applicants. This is last name. This is applicant's first name. Okay, this is applicant's last name. Now change this. It will take the text ID, L name, name, that is L name, value. Okay, whatever the value we will write, that will be stored here. Now input type text, this is okay. So some more, one more. This is for age. This label for what? Your age, applicants. This is the text that should be displayed on your label. This text here, ID for what? Age. This is for name for age. I told you that these are what all type for these are what attributes, ID, okay, name, attributes. Whatever we are assigning in double quotation marks, they are the values. Okay. Now three labels we have created and then one submit. Okay. So let us see. So now save this code, save as folder, overwrite, no issue. Now come to the folder, open that form one. Let us see how many. These are what applicant's first name, last name is. But so here, if you want to get the header section, so in the header section, go to the notepad. Here written header section as H1. Okay, no issue. I told you that this document declaration I have written in small case letter, no issue. HTML is not case sensitive. So here, this is what application form student. Okay. Now close with here I am using capital. There's no any issue. Means this is what header section. So after that, before this button, one paragraph we will write P paragraph for P. Please, please submit. Click on submit button. Submit. Okay. Now close this paragraph. No issue. Whether you are capital letter, small letter. Okay, you are using. So paragraph started. So paragraph to be closed with forward slash. Okay. So this paragraph. Now let us see. Now run this. Save this code. Save as form one. Open the folder file file explorer in your computer. Open the form. So this is the application form of a student. Applicant's first name, applicant's last name, applicant's age. Please click on submit button to submit form. So this is the submit button. First fill up here applicant's first name, Miriam. Okay. Here applicant's last name. This is what Rao. So applicant's age, somewhat less, whatever you write. Then if you submit. So now let us see the code, what happened with the code, whether these values, okay. So now what happened in your code, so this is to be stored in your server. Okay. For that we need to write the code here. We need to write the code form started, form and oh my god, here we need to write that. So under the form, where is the form? Form. Let us see for form is action. Let us see. So it is actually what happened. If we write the code like this, form action server side, we need to store this in server side. So form action is equal, action is an attribute, so it is to be assigned with a value, means a file name, double quotation, action, whatever, forward slash, okay, action. So that is a file name that will be stored in your server dot php. PHP is a language, okay, that will be used to work with server side. Form action, okay, that is what action is an attribute. Action is equal to is the base dot php, okay, php code, whatever we will type that will be stored in server side, so that as a php pre-hypertext processor page. So this is a language we will learn later. So this is this php, it looks like a asp, active server pages. Now active asp designed by Microsoft php to work with server side, okay. So next word, so now save this code, save this code, same form one, go right. Now come down, come to your, open the file. What happens here? So if we, applicant's first name Miriam, last name raw, applicant's age, that will be taken. If we do submit, your file couldn't be accessed. Why? Because couldn't be accessed. So we, one file that is to be created, okay, as a database. One file to be created as a database in any RDBMS. Okay. So this, whatever we feed the data, that is to be stored in server as a database. So the database to be created in any database language RDBMS. So I told you that MySQL, Oracle, um, Postgre, okay, MS Access, okay, any SQL based, otherwise no SQL based like MongoDB. So you need to create a database in any RDBMS as a brief of that. So in a table means columns and rows. So this data, whatever we are feeding in a web page, that will be stored in backend in a server. Okay. So I hope that the class you understood well. Okay. The class you understood well. So how to create the web form, how to create the web form. This is the, so if you want to do background color and hypertext, that is what hypertext, sorry, hyperlinks. If you want to add background color for your, this is your header section, this is your paragraph section. If you want to background color, if you want to give for paragraph style, if you want to give any style, font size, everything you can do. Already we have done in previous, these are the classes we have done. You can see the previous classes what we have. So for this, the code I told you that for this web page, if you want to see the web code, control U, the code I have written is the code. Here you can see style, body style, background color, orange, okay. This is what video, suppose if you want to uh, run a video in your web page, video element, we need to run video element with, we need to mention width, height, somewhat 400, 300. Controls is same. that is what controls element that is to be used to run fast, stop, forward. Okay, these controls in video. So if you that source is an attribute. Okay, source element with source src attribute. This is the location of MP. This is the not location. This is the MP4 video. Which video you want to run in your web page. So we need to use video element with the source element. Okay, and then we need to mention the type, which type of video it is. MP4. Okay, video element closed. So these are two paragraphs. Okay, style here, body, background color, orange. So we need to use like this code. So these features you can incorporate uh, the code application form. Just we have seen is the form. So within the form, the same code, if you write means if you want to see the code, control U, but you can't change the code here. If you want to change the code, you need to go for your notepad. Every time you need to go for, if you want to change, you need to go to your notepad and write amend the code and save the code and run the web page. So within this, just we have created the form. This is the form. Okay, this is the code. Now if you want to see for the code, this is the form. Behind of that code is there. If you want to add all that features, color and background color. Okay, and then one more like what, if you want to run some more in the previous classes we have done. Okay, this is what, where is our that is what in the previous class I have briefed that video. That is what video today form Bandicam today was. So if you run this code, so this is the picture. So for this picture, so how to insert the picture in your, for this code we have written the code separately under image tag. Okay, so this is the hyperlink. How to keep hyperlink in your, so whenever we click on this link, I told you that whenever you keep your mouse over this hyperlink, so your mouse will be turned as what, as a hand. Whenever you click on this, you will be diverted to, you will be sent to this yahoo.com link I have given. So if you want to give any code, if you want to give hyperlink, this is for the hyperlink. Okay, and this is for image. So if you want to see what the code I have written, control U. So you wouldn't be able to amend this code. So this is for this hyperlink. A tag will be used. A tag for hyperlink. Href, hyperlink reference. We need to mention the yahoo.com. If you change google.com, so that whenever you click on that link, your google.com will be open. So this is the content. Okay, so image image source. So this is what the image we have used there. The photo, whatever the photo you want to keep in your web page. Okay, that is forever. So if you want to run, and the previous class we have practiced how to that is what your run. This is what we have used. We have write the code for how to run the video in our, how to run a video in our, how to run video in our web page. Which code we need to change that form. This is format text was to check back. Where is that? Video we have created is the form one formatted text. Formatted text. Everything. In the previous class, I have created how to load or have taken the class how to run the video in your web page. So that moment no, you need to keep the proper name video. This is image loading video, otherwise you will be confused. Okay, so today the class is over. We will meet on Sunday. Okay, Jai Hind.